Hello, welcome to the 2023 Heart of America Athletic Conference Baseball Media Day. I'm your host, Stephen Davis. Right now, we're joined by Grandview University head baseball coach Doug Brinker and Brooke Heinen. Coach Brooke, how are you guys doing today?
Good.
Real good.
Coach, let's start with you. Tell us about the guy sitting next to you. Tell us about Brooke and his meaning to your program right now.
Well, this is Brooke's second year here with us. We were fortunate to get him out of Kirkwood Community College. He's a local guy. Two-time state champ. His dad's actually the head coach at Northwest Waukee High School, so he has a baseball background. And his little brother Reese is actually on our ball club too as a catcher. So Brooke gives us that grittiness behind the scenes kind of thing, that leadership. Very good, can run down anything in the outfield, but his leadership is just amazing. And I think that's what number one he brings to this team, and guys follow him, that's for sure.
Brooke, pretty good introduction there from Coach. Tell us about growing up in a baseball family and what it's like playing with your brother, not only growing up, but now getting to do it in college too.
Yeah, shoot. Well, thanks, Brinker. That's a lot. But yeah, growing up, my dad played at the University of Iowa. He coached at Sadell for a little bit, was a head coach there when he was young. I grew up in Urbandale, followed Denny Barton. My dad coached under him for a while and then got his job. So that's some big shoes to fill. And he was there for Urbandale, I think, for like 6 to 8 years. I won 2 state titles with him, one of those being also with my brother my senior year. So yeah, we've been around baseball a lot. And then my dad got the job out at Northwest Waukee. I volunteered for him this summer. So there's really no off season for me. I'm always doing baseball. I love it. It's something I've fallen in love with the game, and being able to come from a really good program at Urbandale, going to Kirkwood, and then coming to Grandview has been a blessing for me. And it's nowhere else I'd rather be right now playing ball in Des Moines. So.
Very good stuff. Brooke, that guy sitting next to you seem to have a good relationship with Coach Brinker. What's it going to be like playing for him as the head coach now?
I'm super excited. I think 40 obviously was a legend. And to come in and take on that role, following up somebody who the field's named after him, that's a very, very, very hard task to do. But I think a lot of players are excited for some change around Grandview, and kind of the intensity has just picked up. We're ready to go. People are fired up for this upcoming spring. And we're fired up because of him. He's done a lot to bring in new coaches to get us going. Coach Marchant, one of our pitching coaches, was a great addition. That's because of him. We've got a few different equipment essentials in my mind. There were some things that we got, some ATEC machines and everything that just accelerate the amount of reps we're getting, the quality of reps we're getting. And I think that's going to really benefit us in a positive way this spring.
Brooke, last year you guys had to sweep that final series of the season to qualify for the conference tournament. How exciting was that to get that done and get to qualify for the postseason?
Yeah, it was awesome. I know, especially it was my first year here, but I know people were like, dude, Grandview, we've struggled in the past few years. I know in 2015, I believe we won it. And we just hadn't been back since then. And I personally came because Brinker was one of the guys recruiting me, saying, dude, there's some things coming up. We got some guys coming in. We got some dudes. You'd be one of them. Come in and help us change this program. And I feel like last year was a big step to get back and show that we had that competitiveness to when it came time, we needed to compete. We wish to have been competing better throughout the year. I think we had some times where obviously it's baseball, things happen. It's a lot of ups and downs throughout a long season in the spring. But come crunch time, we were able to get it done to get back to the tournament. But we weren't satisfied. I know a lot of us are looking to get back there and really be competitors and try to win the thing this fall or later this spring. So.
Coach, let's switch over to you. How excited are you to take over as the head coach, not just at Grandview, but it's also your alma mater?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I love Coach Yasnich. He's like my second dad. And like Brooke was saying, I think it was a little easier because the transition was going for ever since COVID. So we were kind of behind the scenes getting prepared for it. So when it happened, it was like I came into work and I'm like, okay, what's different here, and so it really wasn't that so drastic, but I think once our first game hits, I think it's going to be a little different, not seeing him in the dugout and stuff like that. I think the one big thing I want to stress, and Brooke said that word, intensity is something that it's what I live by. And I expect our players, and I told them in our first meeting, not just baseball though. Sure, I expect them once they cross the line in the baseball field, let's get intense in everything we do. But intensity in the classroom, intensity in your homework, intensity at your job, intensity maybe in a relationship. I always believe, you practice at 50%, you play at 50%. So I think that's my big thing going in this year was, let's pick up the intensity. Let's work hard. When we're done, we're done. I'm not a big guy in wasting time here and there just because, we got 30 more minutes. Let's just waste time. No, if we're done, we're done. But let's get after it and work hard. And to me, baseball, you'll benefit from it by working hard like that. So I'm anxious to get on the ball field. I hate looking out this window and seeing white stuff on the ground. It's just driving me crazy right now. But it is what it is. So that's baseball.
Yeah, one of the joys of Iowa at this time of the year as well. Take us through some of the names on your team, Coach. Start on the mound. What are some pitchers back from last year and guys you're counting on to give you innings?
Yeah, you might not believe this, but we really only lost one starter, our DH, Peyton Krugler. So we got almost everybody back. We really do. Drew Kahn and Jonathan Horn, top two guys, they're back. We got some middle relief guys back, Brock Saylor, Jacob Wolver, guys that can just shut down, and I always believe your middle relief will win ball games. Your starters typically will get you 4 or 5 innings, but it's that middle relief or closing guys. So we got them all back, believe it or not. We actually don't graduate really anybody for next year even. So it's a pretty experienced ball club. And then, of course, with all of our additions that I'm sure we'll talk about, it's just upgrading everything that we're doing. So,
You want to talk additions? Let's talk additions. Who are some of the new guys to the program that you're excited about?
Well, if you're looking at the mound, we got Logan Smith from South Dakota State, one of the top arms we got. He's 88 to 92 consistently. We got middle relief guys galore. I'll tell you this, Coach Yasinich, I just talked to the other day, and he always says it's a good problem to have when you have too many pitchers. In my opinion, a problem is still a problem. I don't know how we're going to get enough innings for these kind of guys because we are probably 15, 16 deep with arms that could literally make a huge impact. And so as of right now, I'm trying to figure out how are we going to get consistent guys innings, especially with how excited I am with our starters on the hill at least. So Coach Marchin's our new pitching coach, done a great job. So yeah, that's really going to play out. Position player wise, we brought in guys, Brock Reinhardt from South Dakota State. His dad actually was an All-American here catcher back in the early 90s. So it's nice to get another Reinhardt back at Grandview. We got a lot of guys that have experience, and that's what I'm excited about. Power hitting outfielder from Upper Iowa, Nolan Grill. Guys like that can lead on and off the field. That makes my job a lot easier, that's for sure.
All right, take us through some of the hitters you have back from last year. You just gave us some of the newcomers who are returners with the bats.
Our second team all-conference second baseman, Cam Armstrong, he actually is coming back for a 5th year, COVID year. He had such a great year last year. He just didn't want to give up baseball, and I wasn't going to argue with him. Here you got the guy next to me, Brooke Heinen, can be a leadoff, 2-hole, 5-hole hitter kind of thing. So he has the pop in the bat, so that comes in handy. Going around the horn, Carson Waddell, who's a freshman last year, started every single game at third. He was hitting about 350 till about the end of the season, and then it kind of came down to the low 300s, but he's back. A big power hitter at first base. Actually, we got 2 or 3 first basemen that are battling right now that I'm anxious to see how that's going to play out. One of our captains, Rocky Lutz, a catcher, who caught almost every game. He's in the mix as well. So yeah, I mean, it's every single position is back with new faces battling for those positions, which it's kind of nice to see. It's always good to have competition.
All right, Brock, back to you. If your team does walk-up songs, which way are you going for your walk-up for this season?
I don't know. I know not a ton of people really liked my walk up last year, but I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not like a rap guy, and I'm not like from the country. I love country. I like rap, but I can't go either way. So I kind of try to meet in the middle and do something that's just a little more vibey, something that has some like backbeat that you can kind of like bob your head to, but it's relaxing. Because if I go up too much and I'm amped up and I got some crazy song going, I'm going to be moving a million miles an hour. I got to slow myself down a little bit. So I'm still in the works. It's coming down to the last 2 or 3 weeks though that I need to make a decision, but I think we're going to keep it pretty mellow, and whether people like it or not, it gets me ready to go. So
Coach, we have intensity in walk-up song selection. He's all about it.
that's right.
Those songs, I tell you that, man, we over the last couple of years, I mean, we have this new press box, new grandstand. There's a couple songs I just bite my tongue. I'm thinking, okay, get in the box so we can turn this dang music off, because some of these songs just drive me nuts. I feel like I'm 60, 70 years old and I'm not, but yeah, that's what it is, I guess. Those, whatever.
I love it. Brooke, favorite major league player, favorite major league team?
So, man, I've always said major league team, the Cubs, just because I went to a game when I was 8. It was really fun watching them in the World Series and actually win it, break that 108-year losing streak curse. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I've never just been a diehard fan of one team. I've kind of more followed players, and since I've been, I don't know, when did he get in the league? Mike Trout, like when I was 12, maybe. Yeah. I remember watching him when I was in the Little League World Series. And I'm watching him, I'm like, gosh, it's just crazy that he's making these plays, and like we're on the same ESPN channel. I thought that was unreal as a 12-year-old. But probably Mike Trout. I just think he does everything so sound. He plays the game the right way. He kind of, I mean, as much as he's one of the best players right now, he's not as flashy, and that's something I kind of like. Like, you don't have to be big and flashy and, I guess, loud visually. He just does things the right way, plays hard, and he's fun to watch. So he's a special player.
Absolutely. All right, Coach, we'll wrap things up with you. You know the Heart well, haven't been around it. What's it going to take for you guys to take some steps forward and move up in the standings in such a tough league?
Well, baseball's a cruel game sometimes. I'm sure you've heard that. My big thing is, as long as everybody does their job, works hard, of course, have fun, but do your job, things will fall into place. If you're trying to do too much, baseball will slap you in the face. And so, that'll be my big thing, is get intense when you walk between the lines, play hard, forget things that might be negative, stop letting it drive you crazy in your head. But I think we'll be all right. I'm excited. I have some high expectations, at least for myself and what this team can do. So it'll all fall into place. But at the end of the day, I think these boys have worked hard enough to have some good successes. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Coach Brinker, Brooke, thanks so much for the time. Best of luck to the Vikings in 2023.
Thanks again.
Appreciate it.